a friend of mine sent a postcard to the house that said, "Love's like a fart. If you force it, it's probably shit." So at the time I was just like, I felt like I was like, I wanted to accommodate some musicians that I was like writing music with. And it's like, I want to, but I'm like, I'm just not in the right headspace to be creative behind the kit right now. So I had to pull myself away. And that quote alone was just like, you can't force the music. Just like, yeah, so you got to step away from it right now. And I was just like, that quote spoke to me.
Oh, I love it.
So, yeah.
It's so hard for me to battle that. I mean, I'm better at it now than I have been, but just that feeling like that I constantly need to be creating.
Yeah.
And I guess in a way I always am doing something, but it's like I'm doing one thing for 10 different things instead of doing 10 things for one thing. So each project feels like it's always moving very slow.
Yeah.
But like, I'll be on my fucking phone going back to that and you'll be like, oh, like so-and-so's already putting out another album.
Yeah.
God damn it. Like, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. I think that's weighed probably in for a lot of people being creative. And that's why like stepping away from the distraction, like, and but yeah, that's always there. For better or for worse, the pro's always as big as the con when it comes to anything. So it's an outlet to be inspired by or to like imprison you, whether it's physically or mentally.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that you can force it, but I think that, something for people that are maybe worried about not being creative a lot or people that try to force it, I think the thing that inspires creativity the most for me is the environment that I'm in.
Totally.
So
that's a huge part of it.
I think for people that are struggling to find that creativity, I think rather than focusing on trying to force themselves to create, I think they need to focus on the environment around them and really think about where they're spending their time and who they're spending their time with. You know what I mean? If they're in miserable environments with, I don't know, miserable people, that might not be the most creative outlet.
Yeah. It
or, another thing or other examples. It's not all about misery, but,
Yeah. I see where that stems from. And also, like, there's so many different creative outlets that you can linger towards. But also, I feel like I had this part of me where I was, like, working on various projects. And it's like, do I want to be a jack of all trades or do I want to be a king of one thing? So,
oh man, I don't want to have this conversation.
no, I'm like that. I'm just saying that can go through your mind. And so it's like, well, you got to play your part because you are constantly evolving. Maybe you were here to play music for 5, 10, 15 years and that segued into you becoming an actor or anything, or just like producing music, or you're in various projects. Like, yeah, music started with me listening to it, and then I wanted to play it, and then I wanted to record it. So now all I do is record music.
Sure.
And that once I got to that point along that whole pathway, that was the niche that I wanted to contribute to. And so there's that. Like you said, I guess there's never any right or wrong. It's just being true to yourself and giving yourself back in a positive manner with the project you're working on.
Sure. I'd say being true to yourself and being true with yourself.
Yeah. Because they are two different things.
Yeah. And as I had mentioned before, if you have to ask yourself if you should do something, you probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah, because you're like questioning and doubting.
I think the thing too, it's like, if you are questioning and doubting, like, hey, like, should I really be trying to be in a band? Maybe not. Mm-hmm. And that might suck. You might not have anything else, but like, I don't know. What do you want to do? Maybe if it's you want to be an actor, but you don't know how to do it, it's better to spend your time figuring out how to do it rather than complaining about being in a band you don't want to be in or whatever other example you can think of.
Yeah. And maybe like you mentioned, it could just be the environment or the people you're with.
Exactly.
Like maybe I just need to do this, but in a different band, or who knows? It's endless. So
I think being open with yourself and the people around you is a really big thing.
Absolutely.
That's another issue too that I notice sometimes with people who may be having problems or communication issues with other people. It's like, well, have we talked about this? No. Okay. Well, why don't you start there?
Yeah.
So I know it could be really hard to initiate that conversation.
Yeah, no doubt.